Thank you for tuning in. This introduction is about a reading that we're doing in May, for the month of May 2019. And for you to get your reading, all you need to do is concentrate on these three decks. Concentrate, kind of feel how you feel about each of them, and pick one. And the reading that we do with that deck that you picked will be your reading for May. After you get into May and you start seeing the experiences that you're going through in May, you might be amazed at how accurate it is. We've seen some signs out of that already. So you'll want to like and subscribe, and you want to get back to us, and please report to us how well it did as far as describing your experience in May. You're free also to go on our website, Divination on Demand, and you can book private readings, one-on-one, and there's other things that you can do on that are free. So like and subscribe if you liked it, and let's see how it happens. Hi. This spread is for the month of May, for all of you that picked this deck. Check out your May, see how close this does match with the reality that you're experiencing in May. And I'm feeling that a lot of these things should be very accurate, so let us know. Let us know how it fits your May. This is what we see if you pick this deck for the month of May. Let me concentrate for the month of May. All who chose this deck, this will be the reality that you're experiencing. For the month of May. First two cards are the focus, not about actually what might happen, but something I need to focus in on to give you the most accurate reading I can. And the first card is the Three of Cups. Right side up, the Three of Cups is the engagement to be married card, but it's anything that you look forward to, anything that causes a celebration where you bring family, you bring friends into it. And it's always celebrating the future, what's going to happen next year or 10 years from now, all the way to the end of your life, typically. So it's a very, very important get-together, important event, with something attached to what's happening at the moment, getting married, for example, or getting ready to be married. The second card has to do with working with each other for a successful completion, either yes or either no, working together to complete that. So that's the focus. And so the focus for your experience coming up in May would be something very, very significant that's going to last, should last, if you play your cards right, forever. Depending on how well you work with the energies, it'll happen for you or it won't. But what's giving birth to all this is something shocking. Something that is all of a sudden happens quickly and you have to deal with it. It doesn't have to be a catastrophe. It could kind of border under this catastrophe, but it's something shocking that happens. And this is the lightning-struck tower, number 16. Now, along with this, we go up to the top card here, which is what the angels and guides say from a different perspective about this situation in general. Aside from everything else, this is like a different group that says, this is a fearful experience, so this could be very fearful. I can see from the rest of the spread that it's not going to turn out too fearful, it's going to turn out good. But initially, when this shocking thing happens, it will be a fearful kind of thing as well. So expect that for the month of May. And it begins here, the immediate past, only for the immediate area. This is not dropping the ball, doing the best you can, not disappointing anybody, doing what you should do. So that should happen in the immediate past. And that should bring you into independence. This looks good. Independence is money, independence is freedom, independence is not slavery or anything. So this looks very good. The shocking event, I don't know about what that is yet, but it certainly identifies a shocking event happening involved in all this. What's on your mind, the next stage of events, that would be probably when the shocking event happens, sadness, depression, okay? Makes sense. What other people think? Other people think the Queen of Pentacles upside down. The queens are more nurturing than the kings are. It doesn't have to be a woman. But other people are thinking that this could have been prevented with more money, or this could be prevented with better finances, or it looks to be strictly kind of a grounding, a centering, or a finance, something like that, an issue in that area. So according to what other people will be thinking. Your hope, your fears, your concerns are whether or not that there is going to be a victim involved, or whether you're going to be a victim involved. Queen of Cups right side up is a loving woman, or a loving man with feminine qualities, but upside down, it could be unloving, or it could be a victim. Final outcome looks very, very good. I call that the payday card. You're getting paid. Things work out. The catastrophe wasn't really a catastrophe. There really wasn't anything to be fearful. You did follow through, you didn't drop the ball, and you became more independent as a result of it. But this third thing that looks so shocking kind of just melts into the future, and you do have something to look forward to that'll last and last and last. Nothing to be stressed about, that quickly leaves. And the Six of Pentacles is a card of energy, giving and receiving. And from a practical point of view, I see that card when the person's going to be paid. So it comes out fair and good, and whatever you're after happens. That's your reading for May. I hope you'll get back to us and say, how did it work out? How did that fit your May that's coming up? Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you chose this deck as one of the three, if you chose this deck for your reading for May, we'd like you to get back to us. Let us know how well this matches your real experiences for May. We think it will match it pretty well. So let me shuffle and concentrate on those of you that picked this deck, your month of May. What's going to happen to you specifically? And let me get them mixed up, and we shall go from there. Okay. The month of May. First two cards are the focus. Not about past, present, and future, but more or less, I need to focus on this aspect to give you the most accurate reading possible. The first two cards are, the first one is a divorce card, a divorce or separation card. You don't have to be married to get the divorce separation card, but it does mean a separation regardless. And the second card is the Lovers, and it's upside down. So it would be a negative in terms of any choices or any big major decisions in terms of your love life, in terms of the path that you're on. And so we're looking at a situation where you could be ending things with somebody. And it could be a love affair. But the focus is this. It doesn't say this happens. As I said before, it's the focus. So if I focus it on that and apply that to the rest of the cards, we should get an accurate reading. This is the basis. This is where it's coming from. This is the foundation where it springs from. And this comes from the Emperor. And the Emperor leads the way. Plan, organize, execute. He takes action. This is the most action-oriented card in the deck. This is the basis. This is the foundation. This is the soil that it's growing from. It comes from whatever action you've already taken to get what you want in life. Plan, organize, execute. Then we get the immediate past, which is actually in time-wise the first thing that comes up. And it's the Queen of Rods. That could be a person coming up. It would be a nurturing kind of person, not necessarily female. Business kind of person, a person who handles business or handles everyday affairs like that. And she's upside down, so she's having problems managing, or maybe it's you having problems managing something, or maybe just upside down in general, not feeling that things are going that well. This is the angel position, so the guides and angels are talking about this from another perspective, but to stay here with the immediate past going into the immediate future, kind of like a cause and effect. We have the Queen of Rods upside down, as I just described, in the past, going through something happening in the immediate future that looks like that it stops you from what you're doing. Not permanently. It's like having a flat tire and you got to pull off the side of the road. You can't go anywhere until you fix the tire, then you're back on your way. It could also be like things happen in a cycle. This has happened before, it's going to happen again. So that card shows up for cycles to happen. And so it looks like some stalling, some kind of thing happening that would stall you in a way. And going back to the focus here, we're looking at some possibility of making a poor choice in terms of your romantic leadings, in terms of separation. Four of Swords, back in action again. So it feels like it says you're going to get over this. This is for the whole spread, including the part we haven't seen yet. But this says that this stuff will be over and done with, and you'll be back on your feet again and back in action again. So before we even see these cards, I can tell you that's a prediction here, that these things are temporary, not permanent, which is really good when you consider the possibility of this being a lifetime situation, poor marriage or something. Let me just throw the last four. This would be what's on your mind, next stage of events. Other people's mind, next stage of events. What you hope for or what you fear. And the final outcome. Okay, so we're back to the focus of a marriage or something that could be a marriage but is a union of some kind. The fear of making a mistake, a big mistake, so it could be, should I get married or should I stay with this relationship? It looks like you're back in action again after maybe you stalled it. It looks like you're going to leave, but you didn't. You fixed the tire and came back. And up here, back in action again, it looks like you're feeling better about it. What's on your mind the next stage of events? The Knight of Pentacles. Knights are always important material events, unless they're people. People that would be between the ages of 13 and 35. That would be the age we're probably looking at. But the Knight of Pentacles upside down, it would be some kind of negative situation involved here. Or if it is a financial, because Pentacles are about money or material, it would have a negative outcome. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. This is not a thing that predicts the future. It's what's on your mind, the next stage of events, while you're still in this mire of problems here. What's on somebody else's, the other person's mind? They think things are going to end, but they don't think it's going to quit altogether. They don't think everything's going to stop. They think that this is going to end, but it'll be rebirthing something else. Getting over whatever the problem is and keep on going with the relationship. The more I look at these cards, it does fit a really serious relationship or a contemplated marriage. It does. Because the hopes and fears, 7 of Pentacles upside down, practical problems. You're worried about practical problems getting in the way of even the planned event of staying together or celebrating some kind of a marriage. And the final outcome is the institution of marriage, the Hierophant, the institution of. This is whatever customary happens, whatever is usual happens. This is the card of going by the way of the usual and customary, what you'd expect to happen, what people would expect to be happening would happen. So if you're planning a marriage, or anything else that looks like a union, a business a partnership or something, this predicts that it will happen. And it looks very successful. Looks like back in action again. It looks like all the worries kind of just fade out. Doesn't mean you won't have any problems, but certainly no huge ones like it appeared at the very beginning, especially with the focus. So that's your reading for May, if this is the deck you picked. And let us know how accurate it is. Let us know how good it is. And in the meantime, to get more about some of the other readings we're doing, subscribe, and if you liked it, tell us you liked it. We appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you for tuning into this video. This is your reading for May of 2019. And if you pick this deck, this is your reading for this May coming right up in 2019. I'm concentrating on the question. The question is, what we're seeking to find out is, what's going to happen to you, those that pick this deck? It's the reading for May 2019. So I'm doing the work right now. Actually, psychic work is done when I shuffle and I concentrate. Let me do that properly. What's going to happen for you in May 2019? Okay, good. First two cards are the focus, not necessarily what's going to happen, but certainly something to focus about. And this looks like a very serious focus. We're going to find out what the rest of the cards say as we lay them out. But the first two is the focus, not necessarily what's going to happen, but the first card is the divorce card. This is the divorce card. And when it's right side up, it's not long and drawn out, but it happens pretty quickly. So, papers will be coming and that kind of thing. The second card doesn't counter it or wash it away or make it a little sweeter. In fact, it kind of makes it worse because it says the luck of the draw is not on your side. Bad luck, a connection with it. So we have divorce and bad luck together as a focus. And I'm supposed to add this focus to interpret the spread as it goes. That first card we got about the reality of the situation is the third card, which is the basis. Basis is the foundation. Basis is where the roots grow into. It's where the beginning happens, or where it caused it. And it caused them not being able to work with one another. Work could be a problem here too. It is a work card. It could be that one has a night shift and one has a day shift. Two different lives going two different directions would be the look of this. This is the Two of Wands upside down. If it were right side up, they'd be working together and having the fruits of that labor is something to look forward to. But it's upside down, there's nothing to look forward to, and it might lead to something like we're focused in on. This one is the immediate past. Now, don't confuse this with any long-term card. This is immediate. Even though it's a long-term thing of marriage, this may not be good for more than a few days or a few weeks, or a few months at the most. King of Swords, he's right side up. This person would be on your side. This would be the most powerful card in the deck. Right side up is favorable to you. Right side up is favorable. The legal profession is the sword. And the person that would be a King of Swords would be a judge or an attorney, typically. Or anybody with a really powerful, a policeman would have this too. But in terms of divorce, I'm thinking more of the attorney and judge. The King of Swords would be the judge, and this looks like the judge is on your side, okay? This is what let me put this card, that's the fifth card, and the sixth card, this is before and after. This is the immediate past, this is the immediate future. So immediate past, we have this King of Swords, and the immediate future, we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is upside down. If she were right side up, it'd be a very loving, kind person. Upside down, she gets to be unloving or unkind, or maybe it's not that at all. Maybe the victim, she becomes a victim. Now, when you start looking at divorce, you look at a male and a female, two different genders, but the Queen of Cups could as easily be a man, a nurturing man. So it doesn't, Queen of Cups, Queen doesn't have to be a woman, it could easily be a man, just like a king could easily be a woman. Anybody that goes to work, self-employed, would be a king regardless of gender. If you wear the pants of the family, regardless of whether you're a woman or what, you're going to be a king. So we got these kings. The king right here, the immediate past is on your side. I kind of associate that with the courts. So that does appear like that would be fitting, and this could be a victim of that. But the gender is of which they don't necessarily match, so I'm saying, especially if the man is nurturing. What's on your mind, the next stage of events? What's on the other party's mind, the next stage of events, your hopes and fears, and the final outcome. Very interesting. I'll get to it in a second. So after we got this middle part here, we start with down here, and this part here, this first card is only what's on your mind, the next stage of events. So something else is going to happen pretty soon, and when that happens, this is what's going to be on your mind. That's the Page of Pentacles. It's a very positive card. It could be a child too, and it's also connected somewhat to education. Anybody under 13 would fit this description. So if there's kids involved, this is you're thinking about the child, and it's a good thought. I mean, it's not that poor him or this or poor her, but the idea that this kid is right side up, doing well. Other than that, it's speaking it into existence. Anyway, it's very positive. This would be the other side. This is the Ace of Pentacles upside down. If it were right side up, and it's not, it would be a manifestation of something very, very positive being made to happen. If it's upside down, it's a manifestation of something not happening, like the continuation of the marriage, for example. So we're talking about divorce. This would be an ending to divorce. This would be a non-manifestation of whatever the topic is. So this looks like the other party would be involved in thinking that this is the end is coming. Whether or not they initiate it or not, they're seeing the end. Your hopes and fears, does this fit? You're hoping for victory, because this is a fight in the courts. This is a victory card coming in first. But also this victory card has something else to do with just winning. It's not a quiet winning. This victory card marches down the middle of Main Street carrying all the trophies and all the badges and all the evidence of victory. Going to the women's club or to the school and bragging about or telling them about your victory in court. That would fit. Hope and fear. It doesn't say it happens, it says that's what you're hoping for. Now see how this fits. The Ace of Swords is the final outcome. Now, whenever you get an ace, you got something brand new, okay? And I think no matter what happens here, whether the whole thing corrects itself and you stay together, you got something brand new. You'd have to. You couldn't be living with this. Or it could be something brand new because you're off on your own, brand new start. But this also has to do because of swords, with anything conflicting would be a sword. Like this King of Swords is a sword. This Divorce card is a sword. And the Ace of Swords is right side up, good decision. First thing that happens is a decision. Upside down, though, it's a menacing kind of thing. It's a punishment kind of card. And, no, wait a minute, this is right side up, am I thinking? It is right side up. Yeah, big difference. If it was upside down, it'd be horrible. It'd be losing. Right side up, it's winning. It's also making good decisions, right decisions, courageous decisions. Decisions that require thoughtfulness and follow-through. This is one card that depends on follow-through because the decision is so good. Actions are so good. Ace of Swords would file also in line with the victory card that you're hoping for. It appears that you're a woman because you're concerned about the child, but you could be a man. Same concern could be from a man. It appears that the man feels like it's the end of the relationship. It doesn't say he's filing for divorce. But in any case, it looks like you win. Even though the focus is on bad luck to end of marriage. There's another thing it says here. In the angel position, a different group from a different area, different angels and guides are making this comment. Aside from everything else it said, it's saying that you're going to be more independent, you're going to be more free, and you're going to be able to call your own shots. This also would be fitting with this kind of card beating the victory in the marital spat. So that's what it says. And that's your reading for May if you chose this deck. Thank you. We hope you subscribe and to like the video, and you'll be notified when new things come up. I appreciate it. Thank you.